Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. You guys might be asking, where the heck has this girl been? And you know what? I'm gonna pour me a nice hefty glass of white wine. And then we will get started. Let's just... I mean, we already went that far, so we might as well just end it. It's Thursday night. I just spent the last 5 days editing a video that I was going to post like 5 days ago, like when I first recorded it. And I finished it today and then realized I hated it. So we are going to bounce that ass back to that video and redo it, you know what I mean? So yes, first of all, I'm so sorry that I've been so freaking absent on my channel. As you guys know, I was in my first quarter of nursing school, and you know, I went into it thinking I have such a great, I'm so good with time management. Like, I'm going to have this time and I'm gonna put time away for YouTube. Well, because nursing school was so overwhelming, when I did have that time, I was so tired that instead of editing videos, which requires me to literally sit on my butt and edit, I would instead just sit on my butt on TikTok while watching TV. Like, the laziest I could ever be, I did it. So that's my apologies. Definitely something I regret doing because I like miss my interaction with you guys, and I just like miss posting videos and like talking to you guys and all that stuff. So I'm working on it. Obviously not doing a good job in the last week, but a lot of things have happened, and I just feel like I wanted to do like little sit down chat wine time with you guys. So go ahead and pause this video if you want and go get yourself a glass of wine and some popcorn or something, because I don't know how long this video is gonna take. I have a lot to say, a lot to catch you guys up on, a lot to cover, and you know, the good stuff. So I'm feeling a little washed out here. Okay, so let's talk about nursing school first. I do want to give you guys like a little recap of my first quarter. So if you guys are new here or returning, I just finished my first quarter last Friday, which was, today is March 26th. So it was, let me get the dates. Friday the 20th was my final in my online class, and that was the last thing I had for my entire semester. It didn't end the way that I was really hoping for it to. There's obviously a lot of things going on in my life and in the world right now that kind of hurt that last week of school. But yeah, so my first quarter I had, for my school, you're supposed to take patho and then health assessment, and health assessment comes with a lab, and then we have an online class called nursing, or topics of professional nursing. So health assessment was really great. I had an amazing teacher. I thought she was phenomenal. She was so cute, so funny. She made the class just like enjoyable, and she made everything that she taught us super enjoyable. I also would definitely agree with myself from the first vlog of like I think my second week of school, that having my CNA background really helped me in that class, because I had learned so much and was taught so much through that job and through the classes I took to get my CNA, that it definitely helped me a lot more in that and in my lab class. So if you guys don't already have your CNA or are interested, I definitely recommend before nursing school, just to help you out. That was really nice. It helped me in lab. My lab instructor was a goddess, like amazing human being. Like the first day I was like, I don't know, and then like after the first like 5 minutes of my first day meeting her, I was immediately obsessed. She is the most kind-hearted human being I've ever met in my entire life. If more people were like her in the world, it would be a better place. She made the class so much fun. She was so easygoing, and she was just so good at teaching you what you needed to learn and how to assess patients and stuff, and I can just really appreciate that as like from a student. So that class went amazing. I got an 85%. I got a 97 on my final test, which was the HESI for health assessment, and that was so freaking crazy. I was so nervous the whole time taking it. Like, I'm just so glad we passed. Like, so many of us passed and got like really great grades. Like, it went really well. So I'm really glad I passed that class with a B. And then my topics of professional nursing online course, I ended with a 92. That's because my last week of school was so crazy that I didn't get the chance to study, which I will jump back and forth to that part when I get to that in this video. And then my other class was patho, which I didn't have to take this semester. So if you're new here, I took patho in the fall quarter at my community college and then transferred it in because my school gave us that option, and I did that so I didn't have to take a break from school before I got into nursing school. So that was that. That was my first quarter. Guys, also, if you're an OG here, when I did my Q&A going into nursing school, you guys asked me like, what, like, was I scared for nursing school? Like, was I scared for this? And I distinctly remember explaining to you guys that I was not scared for the coursework. I was not scared for the school part, but I was terrified of being thrown into a full female dominated school / career. That I was so scared. I have such bad PTSD of girls because they have just no one, like, not, there's just so many have given me like PTSD. Okay, it's just experiences. And yeah, so I was just so scared about that. But you guys, I made friends and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of myself. And they are it's like the most amazing group of girls I've ever met in my entire life. They're so kind-hearted and genuine. My dad, they were there for me in like a second, like checking up on me, like just like such amazing people. And I'm just really happy that they're in my cohort and that I got lucky enough to meet and befriend them. So I'm so happy. My first quarter of nursing school was, I have to give it a thumbs up. I've never been happier. And yeah. And while we're on the nursing school topic, I wanted to like let you guys know what next quarter is going to look like and what everything, like what's kind of going on right now, especially with like the coronavirus and stuff. So all of our stuff is moved online for like today it's already been 7 days of the 30 days. So it has to be online for 30 days, which I think will be up in like by April 20th-ish. And then I think by then maybe they'll reevaluate and we'll see where we're at and like what's going to be safe after that and stuff. So yeah, all of our stuff is going to be online, which is really scary and intimidating. Me personally, I really excel online. I've been online for the last 3 years, so like I know I can accommodate to it really quickly and be okay with it. But also, I am saying that confidently, but also I don't know, like nursing school is hard as it is, and I feel like my second quarter classes are supposed to be pharmacology lab, an online calculation dosage class, and then foundations with the lab, clinicals, and simulations. So a hefty second quarter with a lot of in-person contact that is like super important for the things that we need to be like learning and practicing. So I'm not sure. We haven't heard from our school. We're on break right now since last week from, why is it so pale? So we're on break until April 6th. So we haven't heard anything from our school yet. So we're kind of waiting for them to reach out and see like what is going to happen. So far my clinicals haven't got canceled. I know a lot of other students have from other schools, but our clinicals aren't even supposed to start till like, for like my cohort and for my quarter. I don't know the rest of the quarters or anything, but I'm gonna be in quarter 2, and for that quarter, our clinicals don't even start till middle of May. So I think that's a little far out for people to start canceling them already. So I haven't had any cancellations from my clinical placement yet. Also, that's all to be decided and determined as time and things go on, which I'll obviously update you guys as much as I can. So yeah, that's just crazy. I'm waiting to hear from them and hear like what is going to happen and like how the school is going to do. Like, are we gonna do like online Zoom classes like I've been seeing on like all these social media platforms? Are we going to be doing like normal online like platform discussion kind of things? So kind of waiting for all that. I don't really know anything yet except for the fact that we are going to do a lot of it online, but I don't know more details than that. So updates to come. What else do I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, I don't know. Here's a huge one. My dad had a heart attack. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna try not crying as I talk about this. So on St. Patrick's Day, early in the morning, my dad went to work and he ended up fainting like 3 times, I think. And my dad's like a champ, like passed out once and was like, I'm fine, give me some water, I think I'm just getting sick, maybe I'll have corona, whatever. Gets up, falls to his knees again, passes out, and then I guess passes out for a 3rd time. And at that point, the guy he was working with was like, okay, well, we need to call the ambulance. So the lady, my dad's a general contractor too, so he was out on a project that he's working on, and the woman of the house at the project that he's working on came out and they called 911. Ambulance came. They immediately knew that my dad was having a heart attack and gave him, I'm blanking on a medicine that I really should know, but they gave him a medicine to help it, got him to the hospital, and then right there they took him into surgery. They went through his groin, thankfully. They went through his groin, through his femoral artery, and placed a stent in one of his arteries. There was a lot of buildup plaque and stuff in it, which we found out later that it's just genetic. And then like there's another artery that had a little buildup, but not enough for them to like put a stent in right away and stuff. So they did it in the really bad one that was causing the bottom of my dad's heart to not get the oxygen that it was needing for his survival. So yeah, so that happened. I was at work and my mom had to call my nanny family because obviously they're all working from home right now as well. So like I'm still working as a nanny too, if you guys were wondering. Their parents are just home while I work, so I just kind of distract the kids while they get their work done for the day. So I was at Riley's house. It was just Riley for the day. Charlie was gone for the week. They kept him home. And my mom called Riley's parents and was like, I need to call Ashley. She's going to have a meltdown, and told them what was happening. And I'm just like so thankful that like I was with the Parkers and Riley, because they just are like some really important people to me. And just having them be there at such like a scary time in my life is like really important to me. So like I got the call, and Caitlin came in the room and like was like holding me, and I was just like holding her and Riley, and we were just like crying. Like it was like the scariest thing ever. And like my mom called me, and my mom, I think like a lot of people who like don't have medical history and like don't know a lot of the medical terminology can relate to this. Like my mom got a call that my dad was having a heart attack. No one is able to tell you or confirm if he's dying or anything. Obviously no one had any idea till they could get in and figure out and see things for themselves. So my mom had no idea what was going on, except for that my dad was in surgery on his heart because he had a heart attack. So they all rushed down there, because my whole family lives together except for me, so they were all able to go down immediately. My mom waited for a little bit to call me, because she knew I was at work. So she called me and told me, she was like, I need you not to freak out, Caitlin already knows, but we're at the hospital right now. And she said in a way to where I thought like they were all at the hospital, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like my whole family has corona. Like guys, I'm like your daughter's in like working to be a nurse, and like, are you not washing your hands? Like, so I was like, oh crap, like this is like intense. And then all of a sudden she's like, your dad had a heart attack. And like I feel like it's so true when they say like it's always happens like when you least expect it. My dad is really young. He's still in his early 40s, like young guy, healthy. He's a general contractor, so he's constantly doing like nice exercise and stuff. So it was just like, it was just like, I'm like still like so shocked that like that happened to my dad out of all people. And they don't have health insurance because it's so hard for them to find affordable health insurance for them and like my siblings. What an ironic time for an ambulance to come by my apartment. We'll wait it out. But yeah, so like my mom had no idea like what to explain to me. So pretty much I was imagining my dad, like my brain went like full Grey's Anatomy. Like my dad's on freaking Christina Yang's surgery table with his chest cracked open. I don't know what the heck is going on. And in my health assessment class, all we've learned are like the abnormalities of like heart attacks and these scary things. And I'm like, asking my mom like his signs and symptoms of the last week. What was he like so I could like try and like figure out what was going on before like I just assumed that my dad was dead or something. And that was a scary thing too. Like we had no idea if he was going to live or what was like, going on, because like obviously they couldn't tell us anything because they didn't know either until they were in and figuring it out for themselves. And it was just like so scary. Like I called Josh and he had just gotten the call before my mom called me because she knew that he was gonna have to come get me and take me to the hospital. So I like called him and I was like, I need you to come get me and we need to go like now. So we like drove to the hospital to Swedish. It was like a 20-minute drive from my work, so it was just like the worst 20 minutes of my entire life. And it like sucks too, because like I just hate like this whole health insurance, and I hate how expensive it is for like these things to like, they always hit your family, I feel like, at the hardest times. And it's like the whole time there, like I'm like, is my dad alive? Is he dead? When was the last time I called my dad? Which was like just the other day, and I was like able to tell him I loved him and stuff, and like I talk to him like all the time. Like when I walk home from class, I like call him and like tell him I love him. So I'm like did I just get that for like the last time last week, you know? And it's just like, that's like really scary to think about. And I'm like really close with my dad. Like we are really close. Like I love him. He's my twin. He's just like everything to me. So it's just like really scary. Like he's like the supporter and the rock of our family, so it's just like just so scary, you know? Sorry, I'm not trying to like, it's just like weird like looking back on this. But yeah, so hold on, I need some wine to cool my nerves. Yeah, but like I was just like on the way there just like imagining the worst, like not knowing what to do, figuring it out. And it sucks too, like when you have to worry about like knowing that like my parents don't have health insurance, because I know how expensive it's going to be and like that huge hit. So in my mind, I'm like trying to think of like what I could do financially to help them. And like if my dad does live from this, like this is going to hurt them so bad. And there's just like so many things, like instead of like worrying about my dad all of a sudden, I'm like worrying about like how I'm going to like pick my mom off her feet again and like help them pay for this and like all the stuff. I was like, I'm gonna have to drop out of nursing school and take all this money that I've saved up for like my wedding and my life and my school, and I was like, I'm gonna have to pay for this, like I'm gonna have to do this. And like I feel like that just sucks to have to like think about that stuff in like such a scary time like that, but like that's just like who I am as a person. And yeah, my dad's fine. This is like, sorry, it's just like bringing back old emotions, but like my dad's fine. He was discharged literally 2 days after having a heart attack and was home and resting. He refused the scope to see if he needed the second stent or not. But him and my mom are really working on like new diet and stuff that will like help him kind of work on his heart like on its own, and like with like other remedies rather than another stent and another like $14,000 like bill. And like yeah, and so obviously with that being said, I did end up creating a GoFundMe with hopes that like all of my followers and my subscribers and my friends and my other family, like everyone would just come together and like really help us, because we had 2 days after his discharge date to pay, I think it was like 14,000 of like the huge ass bill. Like I don't even want to say the full amount, and that in itself was just like terrifying. But I was like, I have a great community behind me, and like you guys proved that. Like so many of you donated and reached out to me, and I read every single message. Whether, I'm so sorry I didn't respond to a lot of you, because there was so many of you that reached out to me, and I like made an Instagram post like just thanking everyone, because it was just such an overwhelming time. I've never been so grateful to have like you guys as like my support system and stuff, especially during such a trying time like that. Yeah, it was probably the worst week of my life, and it was my finals week of school. And so jumping back to nursing school, I ended up not being able to take my lab final. I called her the day it happened, and I couldn't even like tell her my dad had a heart attack. Like she had to figure it out through like my words, because I could not say the word heart to her. Like I was like, I was just like ha, and I could not say it. And she finally put it together, and then she was like, stop worrying, like go be with your family, like we'll reschedule. So that was rescheduled, and this was before we found out about the 30-day like quarantine from the school. So I was supposed to take it the first week of school, which was gonna be like April 6th, like in that first week. But now that we're online, I don't know what that's going to look like. But like I still was able to pass my classes and stuff. I don't think they can finalize anything until I take that, but they are being really amazing and patient and like just so supportive of like my situation and like why I had to miss it, which I'm super grateful for. So that is that. Yeah, just like a crazy way to end school. And then with this whole quarantine and this whole COVID-19 stuff, like it's really just a scary time in general. Even a worse time for my dad to be in a hospital setting. So I'm also really glad that they were able to get him out of there as fast as they could to, you know, keep him away from the COVID stuff that was floating around. So respect that, super happy. He's acting like nothing happened. Like he is like, my dad is just such an asshole about these things. Like I remember like years ago, he like broke his foot sliding off a roof and was like at work the next day. And I was like, who are you? Yeah, but he's just like Hercules in his own, doing his own damn thing, like trying to get back into work, even though me and my mom are always yelling at him, like he has like weight limits and stuff, which he's doing good. He's being responsible and taking care of himself, and it was like a huge eye-opener to him. I remember like I went to the hospital the next day and just like hung out with him for a few hours, brought him some like non-hospital food, and I was just like sitting next to his bed, like hanging out with him, and he was just like, dude, like I almost died. He was like, that's crazy. And I was like, yep, that's pretty crazy. And he was like, makes you think, you know, like really makes you think. And he was like, I felt like I was falling asleep and wasn't gonna wake up again. I felt like someone had their hand around my neck, and then like when they put that stent in, I just felt that like someone had taken their hand off my neck. And like that was just like so crazy to me, and it just also like put a lot of things for me personally into perspective. Like I'm already so clingy and like loving with my parents. Like I call them so much and just like talk about absolutely nothing. My mom's probably like, what do you want now? Like, oh great, Ashley's calling, like what does she want now? Like I just like I'm always calling them and talking to them, but like now I want to do it like 10 times more, which sorry mom and dad, like I don't mean to get all annoying up on you, but that's what happens. But yeah, with that being said, I think you guys have also noticed that I had removed a friend from my life. A lot of you reached out about it to me. My best friend, I had some problems happen early January that I had to just reevaluate like who I was allowing into my life and stuff. And I had one girl specifically in the connection like reach out and pretty much like just bully me for no reason, like, and I took it really hard, way harder than I should have, and I let it affect other things in my life. And like I hate that it took like such a serious thing, like almost losing my dad, to like wake me up to like this. But like honestly, like my dad's heart attack and like almost losing like the most important person in my life has really just showed me like the more important things in life. And now I'm just like I try so hard to be a good person anyways, but now I want to try even better, and I want to bring that person back into my life, and I want to apologize when I should, and I want to apologize when I shouldn't. Like I want to make my life, the rest of my life, the best that it can be, and I want to be more like my dad, and I just want to use this like experience as a way to better myself and better my life, and like the way I, and like how I treat things and treat people, and how I look at things, and how I like walk, like, you know, just like literally everything. Like I don't even know why I just went into like an explanation. Like you guys know what I mean. Like it's just giving me a whole new perspective on life and friendships and love and family, and I think that was just like a really shitty way of a wake-up call that I needed, but I did need that wake-up call, and I'm really grateful for it. And it's also like I have so many of you reach out to me like all the time, like asking like new subscribers are always like what drew you to nursing, or like what's this, and it's just like, dude, like my mom and my grandma with the cancer, and then like now my dad with the heart attack, and like being with the nurses who were taking care of him, and like his night nurse's name was Ashley. Sorry, God, Ashley, God, stop crying, it's over. And it's just like, I feel like looking back on those things, like I just like even more so am like want to be a nurse, and like I'm going to do everything I can to make that possible, because I want to be that support system that they have been to me through all these trying times in my life and my family's lives. And yeah, so that is even more so to keep me on my feet and like keep me working towards my dream of being a nurse, even when I'm in my knees and note cards and exhausted and tired of studying and tired of not seeing friends and tired of not having a social life. Like, I just can remind myself, like, you're doing this because you want to save lives and help support family members of sick and hurting people, and like I just can't wait to serve others in the way that God has like picked my heart out to, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my little that has been my January through March, you guys. Pretty crazy, I know, it's super intense, but even with the quarantine and like the anxiety of all of that, I just have such relief in my heart and in my brain right now, and I'm just trying to take in these slow days in the slow city. And I wish it was under different circumstances, but I'm really glad, and I'm just trying to be positive, and I'm just trying to take advantage of my life and make it the best that I possibly can, and bring people back that I miss, and never to lose people that I can't lose. And just, you know, I'm just like so deep in my feels ever since last week. But yeah, I need to film a Q&A for you guys. I have a Lulu's haul to post for you guys. I have so many videos that I want to film, and I also want to hear what you guys would like me to film. Yeah, I just have a lot I gotta get back on the horse. Another thing is that this has created is like, it made me realize how important you guys are to me. Like, I already was super grateful for all of you, but just the fact that you guys are strangers, you're my subscribers, and I love you guys, and the people that reach out and talk to me and send me messages on the daily, like, I see you and I respect you and I love you, and I love that you look up to me and respect me as a person. But just like the fact that you guys, like these people from like different parts of the world, are reaching out to me to give me a helping hand, to donate your money to my family, especially during a time of such scary things, like it just like made me want to be better, a better YouTuber and a better person for you guys. And I just really have a lot to work on, and I really want to be better at being the best YouTuber that I can be for you guys and for future subscribers. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now because now I'm exhausted. That was like a lot. I told you guys, that's why I told y'all to get your wine and some popcorn, because I just like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but now it's over. I have nothing else to say, but that's my little update, what's going on in my life, my little chit chat. I'm thinking I might film a Q&A after this, because you guys have asked me a lot of questions about a Q&A that I was going to do forever ago. So I think I'm going to do that next and get that over with, and maybe I'll have 2 videos to post for you guys tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, I hope to have this video up tonight, so fingers crossed on that. But yeah, with that being said, you guys, I love you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart again for all your love and your prayers and your donations. My family and I are in debt and forever grateful to you guys. And I love you guys so much. Like, I literally love each and every single one of you. Like, I really hope you guys know and understand that. And please, if you guys, I want to start kicking out some videos for you guys. Because I know quarantine is so boring. I'm so bored. I can't work out. I mean, I could at home, but like that's hard. It's so boring to do. And just like, it's just so boring. So I want to like whip out some like really, sorry, I keep grabbing my bra because like I feel like it's getting weighed down, even though I have nothing to weigh it down with. But like, I just want to start whipping out some videos, give you guys some things to watch and do during this quarantine, and just like make the best out of it. I also am going to go on live on Instagram a few times here and there throughout the weeks, to just like talk to you guys and engage with you, like actually like live action rather than just like me posting like video recording and like posting a video later. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, and also never feel pressure to follow me on Instagram, you guys. I'll just like let you guys know like that I'll hop on like through our community thing here too. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to just engage with you guys more and just have like more of a community build. Yeah, send me some requests, you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see while on this really boring but important, very important quarantine. Okay, all right, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, which I swear will be soon. Okay, love you, bye.